Hi guys, it's Minx here. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing fine, thank you. Here are some more answers to your questions. I'm a little bit throaty today. I haven't been awake long, even though it's like fucking 2 p.m. So, yeah. Here we go. Perry Lover 7 asks, which YouTuber have you known the longest and how did you meet them? Well, if you talk about people who do YouTube casually, I've known Definition for a very long time. Like back, maybe nearly 10 years it must be now. Holy shit. Like, maybe 8 years? Yeah, a long time though. 8 years, yeah, a long time. I've known Isaac Squirrel quite a long time as well, and people like Marlin, who I did stuff with when I first started my channel, and I still do stuff with sometimes. In terms of someone who does YouTube like professionally, I guess Cry. I knew him fairly early on into my channel reboot, and got to know him relatively well over the years. So yeah, that's the answer to the question. Zombie XM asks, did you ever feel uncreative and uninspired motivated? If so, how do you overcome these feelings? This happens to me a lot. This happens to me all the time. In fact, the reason there hasn't been any videos for 2 days is because yesterday I was like, my content shit. I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to fucking do it. I just don't want to. And you sometimes feel like that. In fact, I feel like that regularly. I would say at least once a week. If there's a day with no videos and I haven't said I'm having it as a vacation, in general, it's because I am unmotivated and feeling shit about myself and just feeling my videos are bad or I can't make anything I want to make. I'm not a skilled editor, for example. Like, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to like ever compete with like the highly well edited videos and stuff. Even though I'd love to, I'm not good enough at it. I just really suck at it. In fact, compared to a lot of people. And I don't know, and it's also a question of like sometimes the content I want to make isn't the type of content that necessarily does really well, and that gets you down as well because you feel, oh well, I'm gonna have to do things that I don't really want to do, but then if you do it, you feel shit about yourself. So it's kind of like a vicious cycle. Like YouTube is not an easy thing to do, like I've said before, and it's a big dilemma. How do I overcome those feelings? I think, wow, I really need to do this, otherwise I won't have a place to live. So I do it eventually. Mr. Master Monster. Some YouTubers go out their way to be entertaining or act different in ways to be more entertaining. Do you feel your actions are true to yourself? Okay, so this is going to be a controversial topic. I know Ken has said similar stuff to what I'm about to say actually before, but hats off to Ken, by the way. He's a really fucking nice guy. So yeah, YouTubers fake their reactions a lot of the time, or at least overreact is probably a better way of putting it. But in some cases, they totally fucking fake it as well. It's a common thing to do. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing to do, but it is often what a lot of people do. Personally, I don't like doing it a lot myself. I feel it's probably held my channel back that I don't do it a lot myself. But there obviously have been times when I've been really into a moment and there's been a reaction and I've overreacted to it. But a lot of the time, especially when I'm like laughing in Gmod, like my trademark manacle laugh, and when I'm like panicking in the game, I genuinely am reacting that way. I would say most of the time. There's been times where I've hammed it up a bit, you know what I mean, where like a jump scare's got me and I've been like, oh my god, sort of thing, and that kind of stuff. But I feel, because I don't do face cam, for example, I feel that actually allows me to be a bit more genuine with my feelings, like with how I'm actually feeling, because there's no expectation of me pulling a stupid face or going, ah! I mean, I probably do pull stupid faces when I play horror games when I'm scared, but if there's a camera on you, the audience expects you to react to a certain extent, if you know what I mean. That's how YouTubers become, you know what I mean? And I'm just saying that that's like kind of the expectation that's placed on people. I just want to say that we're entertainers. We're not like trying to like portray a realistic experience in most instances. Obviously, there's channels that do, but for the most part, we're entertainers. So I feel there's nothing wrong with overreacting. I guess just because I don't do a face cam and because that there isn't as much pressure on me because of that, I don't tend to overreact that often. It's more an occasional thing that happens if I think it will add comedy or entertainment to the moment. You know what I mean? there's certainly some. I sometimes go through like horror videos. I'm not gonna name names on certain channels, and I sometimes just go, Jesus, like. And there's people believing some reactions are real. Some really ridiculous shit that I've seen in videos, like some crazy shit. Like, I thought no one could ever react that way. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. And I think, and people sometimes think this is real. Like, really? And I'm like, what? And yeah, I mean, YouTubers overreact. I overreact sometimes myself to make a moment more entertaining. There's nothing wrong with that, but it would just. I think it's important that people are aware that we are entertainers and not like portraying how people normally react to things like jump scares in video games and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's part of the experience to ham it up somewhat, and with a face cam, you obviously have to do that more. Anyway. Shane McKenna asks, what are your top 5 movie picks of 2015? I don't watch movies, like, at all. Like, I know nothing about them. Like, if a movie comes along, I'll watch it sometimes, but, like, only really if, like, someone around me wants to watch it. Like, it's very rare I'll go, like, oh, I want to see that movie. I just can't be asked most of the time. Like, I don't like cinemas because there's too many people. I don't like, I don't like... I know, like, a lot of people always ask me about, like, Marvel movies and stuff. I fucking hate Marvel films. I fucking hate, like, that sort of, like, superhero sort of cheesy stuff. I like darker superhero stuff. I like dark Batman. I like the original Batman movies, I guess. But I only watch films usually, like, on Amazon or Netflix. They're, like, the places I'll watch a movie. And I'll sometimes watch through the libraries a bit by myself. But I won't have any knowledge of the films or anything like that because I don't pay attention to modern cinema at all. Chandler Nelson asks, what do relatives think of your YouTube career? They think it's pretty cool for the most part. I mean, I'm not sure all of them really know what the fuck I do. Like, and I don't, I guess because of my colourful language and behaviour in videos, I don't tend to share them with my family. But my family know that I do YouTube and that I'm relatively successful at it. And that's pretty awesome. And they're very supportive of that. Mr. Mars Experience asks, do you have a memory of something that changed your life forever, but seemed insignificant at the time? I mean, I would say there's certainly... The thing is, that's a really hard question to answer because, I guess, a simple one would be starting a YouTube channel. That seemed pretty insignificant at the time. I was just going to make some videos for fun. I had a shit job in a call center, and now I'm doing it as a living, and I'm kind of, in some ways, despite the stresses of what I do, like, living a dream to me, and, I guess that's a good example. There's probably many examples of that in my life, but I don't really want to go really deep down into personal stuff, so I'll go with that one as an answer. Daisy Playstyle asks, what's the weirdest dream you've ever had? Again, I can't remember my dreams. I don't write them down. It's not a question I can really answer. I'm very sorry, Daisy, but I don't remember them. I don't write them down. There's loads of weird shit happens in dreams, you know what I mean? Loads of weird shit. Wonderboy asks, were you always at games, and were you ever a hardcore competitive... Okay, was I always into games? I think Def might have copied that down wrong. So, I used to... I've been playing games since I was really young, like, I guess, like 2-3 years old. My parents used to use a games console and stuff back in the 80s, and I used to play with them. Like, I was allowed to, like, help jump and things like that, and then I used to... When I got a bit older, play things like Mario and DuckTales and stuff on the NES. I used to help my uncle play Elite on maybe a Spectrum, I want to say, but I could be wrong. Maybe a BBC microcomputer or something. I don't know. But yeah, I used to play games at a young age, and I loved them. They were, like, utterly amazing. And I guess it's something that I've loved in my life. As a competitive player, I have, like, a long time ago, competed in various, like, first-person shooter tournaments for prize money and stuff, and I was pretty good at what I did. I wasn't, like, top tier, I guess, but I certainly was pretty good at various first-person shooters, and I won some prize money and stuff in a few tournaments back in the 90s. when I was pretty young as well. But it was that's like the closest I guess I got to being a full-time well, I guess I'm a full-time professional gamer now, but you know what I mean, like a pro gamer, like a really good at video game style person. I guess like I always get competitive in MMOs. Like I got some like in various MMOs, I've been part of guilds that have got like server first, or in one instance, a world first kill of a raid. I used to raid hardcore in MMOs. So yeah, there we go. That's the answer to that question. Do you plan on doing more songs or music things with the boy in a band? Asked Rockin' Rocky33. Yes, already talks about this, so we'll skip over. Gaku Sangi says, for you, is there a very clear difference between the games that you like to play versus the games that people like to see you play? I would say yes. Like, I mean, if this was like a channel that was purely about games that I enjoyed, you'd see horror and RPGs. You'd see full length, like 100-part Let's Plays of fucking RPGs that none of you would watch in this current YouTube environment, or probably ever. But it's sort of thing I like to do. I mean, I wish I could just do full-length Let's Plays or one-shot videos that garner a lot of attention and things like that of various other games, and I wish I could tell a story more. I wish I'd become a channel that had a view base that enjoyed watching a lot more solo stuff, and that's brutally honest. I really wish that was the case, but unfortunately it isn't, and I still enjoy doing the multiplayer games, and obviously enjoy seeing your comments and playing with my friends and all that kind of stuff. It's a cool thing to do, but I guess in the ideal world, I would be playing like single-player horror stuff, single-player RPG stuff, and the adventure games, and be running 2 or 3 different series at a time that everyone was really involved in, and it would be hundreds of thousands. I get hundreds of thousands of you watching now. I mean, I get... After like a month, my videos do about 100,000, 150,000 views, which is only a fraction of you that are subscribed to me, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's still good, don't get me wrong, that's great. I mean, but I wish that I could do that with single-player videos and just have occasional multiplayer videos sort of mixed in, as is what I would really like, but that isn't going to happen, so, you know, I just stick with what I know you guys enjoy. Some few more popular questions just to breeze through here that were asked by lots of people. How old was I? How are you? Sorry, is the first question. I'm fine, I guess. How old were you when you first realised you were gay? Not for a long time, to be honest with you. Like, probably like in my early 20s. Never really thought about that type of stuff till I was older than most people. Do any other YouTubers know what you look like? Yeah, they do. A few people have seen me. Yeah. Like, a lot of people assume that my face is, like, completely incognito, but various people have seen me. I'm not going to name names because people will just harass them, but, yeah. There's various people who know who I am, you know, what I look like and stuff. How old am I? Everyone should know this by now. I'm 30. What's your favourite game, movie, book, animal, colour, basically anything like that? Thief 2, Pulp Fiction, book. That's a hard one. Let's go for Pyramids by Terry Pratchett. I like Discworld books. Animal. I can't really think of an animal. I mean, there's lots of animals I like. Let's go for an adorable penguin. I like penguins, like Pingu, you know? Colour purple. That's it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this little video, guys. I hope you got to know me a little better. Probably won't do one of these for like a month now, or maybe at least 2 weeks. But then I'll look at the comments on these videos, like this one and the previous installments, get some questions from there, and from the basis of that, we'll make another video, either at late this month or at the start of next month. Maybe every 2 weeks, I'll talk to you guys about life and myself and stuff, and we'll see what happens. I intend to do a few vlogs about my personal thoughts on things as well, because a lot of you seem to be enjoying getting to know me a bit better. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you have a fucking great day. See you really fucking soon. Bye for now.